Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Astrology Today and Tarot. My name is Mel Rose. This is the Tarot portion of the second half of my daily astrology vlog, which you can check out on my other channel, Astrology Today with Mel Rose. Over there, you will find a description of the day's astrology as I have spelled it out here. Here, I will discuss the tarot card that sits on the side of the page, and then I'll play another card that, in the context of the day's astrology, may just give us something more to think about. So, let's get into it. The card that currently sits on the side of the page is the Eight of Wands. And it is here because in astrology, it correlates with the first 10 days or the first decan of the sun's transit in the land of Sagittarius here. Sagittarius is a fire sign, and wands in tarot are also fire element symbolism. Fire element symbolism is about drive, spark, restlessness, desire, power. It's about those feelings that arise within us that make us want to get up and take action. It's about the actions that we are taking in the moment. And it's also sort of like about the experience that we gain from taking action, from sort of making conquests, right? From achieving goals. Okay, so we come to the Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Wands is really a full speed ahead sort of card. It says, you know, if you can go with the flow, if you can go with the pace of things as they are right now, the pace should be sufficient to get you well on your way to meeting your goal. And that's great because here we are one day past the first quarter moon. We've just sort of kicked it into gear. We've just sort of stopped planning and intending and setting goals, and now we are sort of acting on the goals, on the plans that we've made, so that we can culminate some goals in time for that full moon next Wednesday, when we will celebrate what we have culminated. Okay, so right now it's full speed ahead. It's a very good time. It looks like, you know, you've got a clear sky, you've got easy traveling, and you can just get on your way down the path toward that journey. And when I'm talking about, you know, I'm using these traveling terms, these active terms, and that's because fire element symbolism is very active. It's about actively being in pursuit of what it is that you want to achieve. Okay, so you know, the wands there, the eight wands, they say, you know, you've got practice at this, you know how to move forward, you know how to take advantage when momentum is on your side, right? You know how to slip into that stream and flow along with it. So go ahead and do that. Now is the right time to be making moves, all right? And with that said, I'm going to turn this card over. Oh, I got the Six of Wands. Okay. So wands and wands. The moon will go into Aries this afternoon. So we have fire and fire on the page, Sagittarius and Aries. And, you know, the Six of Wands, you know, again, wands, fire element symbolism, about that spark, that drive to achieve the active, the actions we take to meet our goals. And the Six of Wands, you know, this is a moment really of being celebrated, of having achieved a fair amount, you know, let's say we've gotten past the halfway point if we're at 6 out of 10, right? So, you know, we've made a pretty major achievement. We've probably brought home some sort of victory for our community, and so they've all turned out to celebrate us, right? And we are well supported at this time. And we have people who back us up, who recognize what we have done. And it's okay at this time to take a little break, take a little breather, pat yourself on the back, you know, enjoy the rewards that come with having accomplished as much as you have, understanding that this moment of celebration for yourself doesn't last forever. Okay, we've got to take the sort of social, political, even economic capital that we've gained at this point and keep moving with it. Okay, don't allow this to slow you down, you know, toward your higher goals, right? Because when you've got big goals, you've got small goals you have to knock out to get there. So it's great to celebrate the victories, even the smallest victory. If the victory was, I got out of bed today, then celebrate it, okay? Give yourself a little pat on the back cheer yourself on, but take the capital you've gained from that, the sort of self-respect you've gained from that, and the time you've given yourself, you know, with your eyes open to get things done, to go ahead and get some more things done. All right. And then on the page, Six of Wands. Well, okay, I see us celebrating some victories right now, and that's, you know, between the Sun, Venus, and Mercury here in Sagittarius, fire sign, fire element symbolism, okay? Very much about dispersing fire, about sharing light, about spreading inspiration, right? And that's our Sun, and that's who we are sort of in our outer lives, our public-facing lives, what we experience there, how we show up there. And Venus and Mercury, for each of us, those are really personal planets about sort of what we love and how we go about drawing it in, and also how we just communicate and move about in our day-to-day life, okay? So all three of these planets in the sign of Sagittarius right now are in a trine condition with Chiron in Aries, another fire sign, okay? So Chiron's transit in Aries takes a long time. It takes about 8 years, and it's currently retrograde there. And Chiron in Aries is very much about, you know, Chiron is the wounded healer. It's about reflecting on, you know, constantly trying to heal ourselves, constantly trying to get better, constantly trying to, you know, express more of our intellect, our knowledge, our understanding, constantly sort of also battling, you know, for things to get better. Okay, so and Chiron in Aries is very much about healing the self and healing our self in terms of our social wounds. So those old things that have embarrassed us, that have caused misunderstanding, or that have caused us some you know, some sort of lingering bad or hard feelings, especially in the social context. You know, we've all suffered wounds of sort of exclusion, or perhaps teasing, or just not feeling like we fit in. And, you know, a lot of us are probably right around my age, right around 50. So we're experiencing a Chiron return right now. So those old themes from our younger lives of having felt excluded or teased or picked on, or, you know, whatever the social wound was, or even if you have many, you know, we're having a return, we're sort of reflecting on those, and we're able now to see where it is that we have healed, like what part of that no longer bothers us. And having been able to see where it is that we have healed, or even being able to see where we can like let go of those things, where we can feel healed about them, where we can understand that they no longer really have to dictate anything that we do, then we can start to let down the defenses that we put up to keep those things from happening again, okay? So here we are, this is us in the outer life, and the way we think, and the way we share, and the way we sort of draw in what we desire in this really blessed and auspicious vibration with that healing that we've done, and our capacity to let down those old defense mechanisms, our capacity to let down those old barriers to relating to people. And the great thing about recognizing where we've healed there, and recognizing where we can let down our defenses and our old barriers to relating, is that it opens up new possibilities for relating, which is what we're looking for right now, especially in Sagittarius, expanding our possibilities for relating to the world, expanding our sense of inspiration, expanding our own sense of growth and what we can be, do, and have. Has everything to do, it has a lot to do with being able to let go of old crap that's still getting in the way of our ability to connect, okay? It's not up to the world all the time to just connect with us. We have to make ourselves connectable as well. So fire and fire, okay, it's a very fiery kind of thing that's cardinal and mutable. So, you know, sort of we initiate that sense of healing. If we can make a start on putting down those old defenses, we can do it consciously, then we can have that expansion in our sense of what we can be, do, and have, and we can share our light more with the world, which is very important. Okay, and I could probably sit and talk about that for another 6 hours, but I'm going to go ahead and put these together. 8 and 6 of Wands. You know, to me, this says, you know, going with the flow will bring a victory, right? Like following that sense of momentum, doing what you know you need to do while, you know, while the getting is good, right? And if you get while the getting is good, then you'll have a victory to celebrate, right? You can anticipate that, and sometimes the anticipation is kind of what pulls us forward in our sense of momentum. Sometimes we have momentum and we feel in resistance to it, like I'm not ready, I don't want to. You know, we have these sort of old defenses that tell us, oh, what if I make a fool of myself? Oh, what if I say I'm going to do this and then it doesn't get done? Or if I don't do it right? Or what if I think I'm going to do something spectacular, but actually I really screw it up? Okay, we've got to let that old crap go. Okay, the past is not necessarily an indicator of what will happen in the future. All right, we cannot rely on the past to be the indicator of what will happen in the future. And when we do rely on the past to be the absolute indicator of what will happen in the future, then we just, we build these self-fulfilling prophecies that keep us from really getting anywhere, from being able to celebrate those victories. So celebrate the victory. When you realize you have a defense to let down, go ahead and do it. Move ahead with the flow of life, with the pace of things as they are going. Okay, we do have Mars in retrograde here, so Mars retrograde has us slowing down a little bit. It has us having to sort of work with other people, having to collaborate, and having to wait a little bit for things to unfold. And that can be frustrating, but still move with the pace of things. Be on top of the pace of things. Don't tortoise in the hare. Don't be the hare and take a little nap because you think you could be getting things done so much quicker and things are going so slow. All right. Just go ahead and, be on top of the stuff that you need to be on top of. Get it done. Move with the timing of things as they're happening for you right now. Take initiative every time you get a chance. Take advantage of momentum every time you get a chance, and you will see a victory. You'll see a positive outcome, and you'll see sort of a boost in your sort of your personal sense of self. In the general morale around you. When we give people things to celebrate, that's really good for us, and I mean that collectively. Okay, I think that's all I have to say about it today, friends. Thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate your presence here. My name is Mel Rose, and I'll see you all back here tomorrow for more Astrology Today and Tarot.